Nightfall surrounds my soul. The hunter within loses control. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out. The demon inside has a hold of me, clenching its power, trying to break free. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out. Come a little fast, baby, don't be slow. Step aside, below, it's time to go. I can't seem to control all this. The rage that's inside me, pulling shots, simming doubts, yet idleness. Ran up by fire, born in the abyss. Red hot temper, I just can't resist all this. A vengeance inside me.
Trying to figure out how long it would take to get to the chorus.
Wow.
Well,
Serenaded.
yeah. That's good for now.
Rest easy, King. You done good.
Very long musical interlude. Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Zone. This one's coming at you live from the Zone.
Yeah.
I've just been hearing Denis Villeneuve noises outside my window. I've been hearing weird machinery ramp up. I'm hearing... I've been hearing that all day. Oh, here it is. Wait, hold on.
Frustration is getting bigger. Bang, bang, bang. Pull my double trigger. Embrace the darkness.
Okay.
Thank you. That's Tom Kenny as SpongeBob.
Thank you. That's AI, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's
not Tom Kenny. It's just.
No, of course.
But I mean, yeah,
Tom,
basically.
Yeah, it's Tom Kenny.
Right.
As SpongeBob. Well, that's
Yes.
fantastic.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad that we finally
We
found.
have content for this podcast forever. We never have to do any searching ever again.
Yeah, well, you're
We're
going to
good.
be shrouded in eternal evening until the day you die because of these
Eternal
wildfires.
Twilight specifically. Yes.
Yeah.
Very spooky.
Yeah. Have you interacted with a person in human since this has been a human in person since it's been going on?
I went to my dad's house, I guess.
That doesn't count. I think that you might actually be the last person on Earth.
There was literally a moment where I was driving around and I just the tiniest little, I was like, what if it's a cover up? What if it's not smoke? And just for a second, I was like, you know.
You flick on those videos on Twitter, it's like, oh, that's on fire. Oh god, that's so on fire up there. Holy shit.
There's no pictures of the fire actually.
Now we're talking conspiracy.
I'm just
let me see if I can find some. Let me see.
The fires themselves, they're very far up north. Yeah.
How come this shit doesn't happen? How come this shit don't happen in California?
It does all the time. What are you talking about?
Do they send? I don't hear about it the way that I hear about this though. I don't see like images of like LA where it's like covered completely in smoke.
That happened like a year ago.
I guess
definitely do. I think it happens so often that you're used to it. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was just weird weather outside, and my allergies start acting up. Turns out, fucking Canada. God damn it.
They've done it again.
I vowed to never go there again, and now it's still from hundreds of miles away. They find a way to fuck me.
They're bringing Canada to you.
This is the worst delivery you could imagine. Getting Canada straight to your lungs.
These wildfire photos are pretty fucking crazy. Holy shit. That is just the most fire you could possibly have in one place. That is miles long walls of flame spreading across the countryside. That is nuts.
And going straight into my lawn.
Yeah.
Making the light all weird.
Is there dust like settling on shit, or is it all?
No, it's not a volcano. It's not. Yellowstone didn't erupt. No, it's just a haze that makes the air like smell very, very slightly like a very distant campfire and makes your throat a little scratchy.
I was gonna say, sounds a little bit comforting. If you went out and just kind of laid down,
it's a little bit cozy. Yeah, it's not that bad. If I weren't like sneezing and shit.
Yeah. I was like, if it gets a little thicker, you can just lay out there and let it take you. Just kind of wade into the smoky
Yeah, it's
abyss.
the mist. I'm gonna like shoot everyone, and then the military shows up.
Yeah, I mean, you should really like see what your cat thinks about it. Like,
I
open
don't
the
think
door.
it's
Like,
not that noticeable. I don't think she cares.
she just runs out into the haze and never returns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's time for me to find out that man is the real monster.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
there's
good
gonna be a
week for
family
that.
that comes knocking on your door, and
Be like, I
they'll be
can't let
like,
you
"Hey."
in, and they're like, we're really thirsty. Our throats are super itchy, please.
It
Our eyes are
smells
watering a
vaguely
little bit.
Yeah, it smells vaguely of campfire out here.
Please, I have a 6-year-old. He has chronic anxiety.
Please, I'm a 6-year-old. We're coming back from a baseball game, and it's
And the water was way too expensive. He hasn't drank
Yeah.
anything in 3 hours.
yeah, it was $15. My son can drink tap water. Man. I would get it from the stream, but that's completely filled with soot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's really something. I'm
It's been kind of weird.
Then the cat trying to knock over my television right now. It's interesting. He's seeing if he can jump on top of my TV. Let's see how he does. Oh, he gave up. He gave up.
It's too
Okay.
bad. I've been my mom and her husband have been out of town for a wedding. They drove out of state. So
Okay.
I was going over to their house to water their lawn because they have a bunch of like bald patches on their lawn that they need watered because they're having a party in a week. And obviously, when you're a boomer, you can't have patches of blank ground on your lawn. That's great to dishonor to.
Where
So-
people are going to be standing, you know.
Nowhere close to where people are going to be. Just as they're driving into the driveway, they would see it.
I
And
see,
that would be uncomely. Yeah, so yeah, I've been going there, watering their lawn, and also splitting a shit ton of firewood.
Oh yeah.
Just like driving in the apocalypse, just going and splitting a shit ton of wood for like 2 hours a day. And it is there that I fell. I fell off the wagon. I succumbed to. You know what did it? It was wheat thins. I fell to wheat thins, dude.
Oh, every time. They have such. You eat one, and you're like, I'm just gonna have one, but it's got such a delicious texture.
They're like
It's so
sweet
hearty.
but also salty at the same time. Oh
my
man.
God.
Yeah,
Truly the perfect snack cracker. Don't even get cheese near me when I have wheat thins in front of me because I'm gonna eat the whole damn block.
Some
man.
chicken
It's not
salad,
right.
any kind of dip. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I was 48-hour fasting, and I went there one day. I split wood. I was fine because it was a day I'd eaten, so I was mostly okay. Your mouth gets real dry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know why. But then next day I come there, I'm like, I'm just gonna do the same thing again. But it had been a month of fasting at that point, of intermittent fasting. At that point, I got so goddamn hungry, and I saw those wheat thins in the fridge. I was like, I can't. It's over. I ate a shit ton of
wheat thins in
wheat
the
thins.
fridge?
Oh no, in the pantry. I meant to say. Sorry.
I was gonna say that's a real cracker shit right there. It's like well, we gotta make sure we refrigerate the wheat thins.
No.
Um,
Then I ate just like mom always says. I got candy in the pantry. I ate a bag of Skittles.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Well, once you fall off, the
It is
wagon,
fun to
it's-
fall off. Yeah.
It's gone. It's like you just like.
Then I just took a
I mean,
bunch of I took a bunch of what are the apple the ciders orchard Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard.
I took a bunch of Angry Orchards out of a fridge and brought them home.
You're gonna be real naughty.
Mm-hmm. I was splitting a lot. I mean, I was doing some work for them. I get some payment, right?
So I do have a brief story.
Sure.
David has been playing a shit ton of GTA Online role playing.
Oh yeah, I saw you start that up. I forget what it's called, but yeah, I saw you playing something. There was some GTA mod.
And he's been trying to get me to play for a while. And I booted it up, and I created a character. His name is Ricardo Longnuts. And you have to be in character when you're in the GTA world, otherwise you get booted.
Great.
So you have to talk about it as if you're flying into the city. You're not logging on. You have to say if you're away from keyboard, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm in my head," and they
Oh my god.
like, yeah, and
Jeez.
so anyway,
Is it voice?
Ricardo
It's voice
Longnuts.
chat, I assume.
It is, of course, and
Okay.
Ricardo Longnuts is an elderly black man.
Mm-hmm.
He has a gorgeous head of long gray braided hair. He looks like a an African king.
Do you get in trouble for AAVE, or can you role play that hard? Where you're like, God
Oh,
damn, my
no,
motherfucking gout acting up. God damn,
no,
son.
this is a dignified older black gentleman who talks about walking with the doctor on Washington. So like I'll talk to people and be like, talk about I'll put on the accent and I'll talk about how I walked with the Reverend Doctor on Washington, and all the people I'll go around asking people if they've met so and so. We walked together with the doctor.
They should kick you if you're able to make someone break, like make them laugh.
Oh,
and they break
character.
character.
They can't keep up with it. Because I could riff on that for 1,000 years, and so I went to
Back in my day, we didn't used to wash the chicken. We just ate the goddamn chicken.
So Bree also jumped on, and she made herself.
They used to play the blues with 3 instruments. They got too many goddamn instruments now. I had enough of this shit.
She made herself a big titty lady. She was able to immediately get a job at a pizza restaurant. You have to work jobs to get money. And anyway, she did one shift there and then immediately got initiated into a gang. And the people, so like we went to I flew into the city and we went and gambled. And while we were gambling, there were 2 different dudes that came up to her and gave her $100,000 for nothing. And and I, as an elderly black man, went and got my driver's license, passed the driver's test. Go to the taxi service to see if I can apply for a job, and they wouldn't even let me apply. It was insane. They wouldn't even let me apply because like, oh, you really should go get a job at a gas station first before you apply to a job like this. It's like, Jesus Christ. It was cracking me up.
God damn it.
So that's all. I thought that dichotomy was pretty hilarious, where it's like just literally immediately handed $200,000 for existing versus you can't get a job as a taxi driver.
You gotta get one of those medallions, man.
Oh God. What else is going on? I watched Black Hawk Down. Which I remember. I haven't seen them.
Speaking of David, there he is. This 50-year-old young woman in my game, asked me out on a date in the game. She wants to go get sushi and visit the pier and talk. That sounds like a great idea.
Are you gonna go get sushi with her? Sushi's expensive.
Fucking
You gotta
better.
save up.
Yeah, is it like realistic amounts of money, except for unless you're a big titty lady? Like, do you make like $10 an hour? No, okay.
You make $1,000 an hour, but things cost like $500 at the minimum. But anyway, I watched Black Hawk Down. Hadn't seen the movie in like 10 years.
Yeah.
And no, 10 years. Jesus Christ, longer than that. I watched the movie the last time in 2007 or 8.
Yeah,
I was at
probably
Connor's place.
Similar with me. Yeah, I watched it at a sleepover at my cousin's.
That's same thing. Where it's like Connor had fallen asleep on the couch, and I just watched Black Hawk Down by myself on his couch. And I remember the movie being pretty sick. And I having watched it again, that movie blows total ass cheeks. That movie sucks. There's absolutely nothing going on in that movie at all. It is there are no characters in it. It is devoid. It's devoid of any substance. It's ugly because of when it came out. It's got all of the trappings of like that style. That's I believe a Jerry Bruckheimer production.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And it looks like a Jerry Bruckheimer movie. And it's got a really great production value, and the acting is really good. But it also has the brains of a Jerry Bruckheimer movie. So there's like nothing going on at all. It sucks. I was really disappointed actually. I was coming off of watching Ben-Hur, which blew my fucking dick off.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's not a great double feature. I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Steven and I watched. We were talking about the 13th Floor, which is just sci-fi Dark City. Well, Dark City is sci-fi Dark City, but it's like VR Dark City. We also, Steven wanted to watch Walk Hard.
The Dewey Cox story?
A 15-year-old, Walk the Line parody.
Yes.
Which is 2 hours long.
No, it is not.
We might have watched some extended version or something, but it was long as fuck.
Riley
Yeah, John C.
vehicle.
Riley. Yes.
How did you like Walk Hard?
I mean, it was okay. It's like whatever. We had already just watched the Weird Al movie that's like almost the same, has the same beats, because it's making fun of the same thing.
Yeah, I watched Talladega Nights for the first time, kind of recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched the extended cut of that, and I thought that was reasonably entertaining. But I watched the extended cut, and you can just tell when you're in the stuff that like, oh, they cut this. Like, there's no way this ever made it to the theater because it is just them straight up just riffing on the same joke, and it's like it's 2 minutes overblown, like nonsense. Like, we're like, really, we're still doing they're doing grace joke. It's like they're saying grace, but it's really goofy, and it just goes on forever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch much of that era of comedy. I'm not necessarily like a comedy movie guy, really.
No, they suck.
But yeah, I've seen a couple recently. Have you seen most of the Will Ferrell classics? Asked David. I guess I don't know what the classics would be.
Will Ferrell classic. Steven and I watched Tropic Thunder recently.
Tropic Thunder is a good movie.
Even that's like, it's not that funny. I mean, it's
pretty funny.
The all the famous jokes, it's not like there's a bunch of like hidden gems in that movie. You know what I mean? Like, everything that was funny became a huge thing that everyone who hasn't seen it knows.
That was my experience with. I had never seen any of the Austin Powers movies. And then David and I, when we did our James Bond marathon, watched all of those. And those are actually, the first two in particular are very funny. And I found myself liking the first one more than the second one because I was less aware of all the jokes in it. Because the second movie, you could not escape those jokes on the bus. Like, that was like every kid's arsenal was just things that they heard secondhand from Austin Powers.
Okay.
Step Brothers and Anchorman. I have seen neither of those movies. Let's see. Comedies, Tropic Thunder. Oh, a big problem with Tropic Thunder for me is that I have no idea what Jack Black is doing in that movie. He's like he has zero funny jokes.
He's supposed to be detoxing off of like every drug for the whole movie. So he's just like freaking out. He's just like constantly like spasming and twitching.
He's like misutilized. It's like it doesn't work for me. I did watch Zoolander. Zoolander is very funny. That I really like Zoolander. I've seen it twice in the last 5 years, which is a lot for me for a comedy film. Like, I never watch comedies. Another thing in that, Will Ferrell sucks, and not that Will Ferrell sucks in the movie. His character in that movie is not funny at all. Not his fault. Just not in a movie that is hilarious. He's like the least funny element of it. Oh my God, we're just reviewing mid-2000s comedy movies.
After Tropic Thunder, I had Steven watch Heat, Vision, and Jack. You've seen that, right?
What is Heat, Vision, and Jack? Oh,
the Jack Black with a talking motorcycle, voiced by Owen Wilson.
From '99.
That's directed produced by Ben Stiller is involved. He makes some good stuff. And then it was written by Dan Hartman. Really early Dan Hartman. So that's still pretty funny. But you could see why it was like people weren't ready for that, because it's just like a parody of TV, like in general. It's like it's like kind of like probably like that old Hulk show mixed with, I don't know, Twilight Zone or something.
Reminds me of like UHF.
That's something like that.
Hey, Cat, will you shut up, man? Can you hear him?
No, I couldn't hear that.
He's really He's letting me have it. Let me
He's
know
crowing.
exactly how he feels. Yeah, I'm deep in a Mad Men hole right now.
Oh.
Where the only thing that I've watched outside of like those couple things I talked about for the last 4 weeks has been Mad Men.
You've seen that before, though, right?
It is. I haven't seen it since college. It's been like probably like 7 years since I last watched it, and even better than I remember. Still the best television show ever made, and I cannot stop watching it. I have been watching along with my mom because my mom
Great.
also watched it. We talk about Mad Men, and we were keeping along at the same pace, and I've absolutely blasted in the stratosphere, and I'm so far beyond her at this point. Where like I'll talk to her about it. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What's going on? Where she's at? I've already seen 8 episodes beyond this point.
David says, I'll donate $20 to you guys' podcast to watch a K-drama for a podcast episode. I will
Done
give
and
you
done.
$20 to never mention that country in our chat ever again. Thank you.
Done and done. You can send
No.
it to me.
Dude,
And,
yeah, see, Ethan will do a solo episode. I will not even acknowledge your
I will
request.
absolutely send me $20 via Venmo right now. I will record an entire. I will watch an entire K drama and do a solo episode on it for you.
Ugh.
I will stream it.
No, you know what? I won't even allow. Not on my channel. Nuh-uh. I made this.
Oh my
Make your own
God.
YouTube channel, motherfucker.
I can get that
I'm not
stream
putting that
key.
up here.
I can get that stream key.
I don't care. I'll shut it down.
I'll slide it by you somehow. I'll be like, oh, I finished Legend of the Galactic Heroes finally, and then boom, K drama.
No.
That's what Miracle Yang would do.
I'll
It would
burn
be
this
Miracle-
whole thing down.
$20 to our Patreon. Like $20 is anything to us. Like,
Also,
that's
a
it.
K drama's got to be like 200 episodes. Like that's a very low hourly rate.
K dramas are one season. They're
are they?
rarely go beyond.
Whoa, that one I heard. Jesus.
Will you shut the fuck up, dude?
He knows why the caged bird sings.
Come here, you little bastard. I could. You want to go back on the streets? You can go back on the streets. I'll leave you out there, motherfucker.
Wrangle
You'll
him.
be on the streets until you die. Oh, kitty. Meow. I gotta be in my lap now. Yeah, we're doing the 20. We're doing the retrospective. We're going to mostly 2013 at this point, but soon 2003.
Yeah.
And, just kind of-
2013.
Reliving the glory days.
Oh, before we do that though, I have one last.
Sure.
I have one last story. I got a hot piece of neighborhood gossip.
Ooh,
Not my
a little
neighborhood.
goss.
My
Hot
mom's
goss.
neighborhood. One of the things that happened the last time I went over to my mom's to water the lawn. There's a neighborhood kid who's supposed to be who was feeding the cats too, right? So he would come over feed the cats
Yeah.
in the afternoon. Then I'd come over water the lawn. And I come over the last day to water the lawn, and I'm out on the deck turning the water on, and I hear voices inside, and I'm like, oh, are they back early or something? Like I can't hear who it is. I just hear people talking inside. So I go I walk around to the other side of the house, and I go to the front door, and the front door is like open, the key's in it.
Ooh.
And I'm looking inside. I'm like, I don't really want to just like walk in. I don't know who's in there. And this blonde 14-year-old girl wearing seemingly only a sweatshirt opens the door and goes, "Hey, we're just feeding the cats." And I let
Oh shit!
and I let loose the most, like, I wasn't nervous. I just wasn't prepared to talk to a person, you know? So, like, I let loose the most bizarre series of words. You wouldn't fucking believe it. I said, like, verbatim, I think my words were like, "Oh, yeah, I was just hearing, so I was making sure." Okay. I walked away.
That's Western New York talk. That's intelligent.
Yeah, she acted like she understood. She was like, "Okay," and then
If
like
that wasn't enough to get by, my dad wouldn't have ever been able to make a career. That's how my dad talks.
I think you have to drink a certain amount of alcohol before you unlock that type of speech pattern.
Oh, buddy.
But then I'm like, for the next hour, I'm splitting wood, and then I'm going like, "Yeah, that must be his sister," and then I'm like, "Wait a second."
Oh
Because
my
like
god.
the notes my mom left are addressing one kid just by his name, and
He's
I'm like,
clapping it?
why would he be bringing his sister over? Hold on. Because like when I heard their voices, I heard their voices, and then I just looked in the window, and then I saw someone like get up off the couch, and I was like, are they watching a movie in there? Why? And I was
Damn.
like, oh wait, oh shit,
Buddy
what
was
the
getting
hell?
that sloppy. Buddy was getting his freak on in your parents' place.
That's so funny.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. That's you just got lapped by that guy. That
I
guy
guess.
is he's half your age and he's getting dome in your parents' place.
Yeah, hey, sure.
Good for him.
I
Oh
guess.
man. Did you see them leave?
No.
They were hunkered down. They were tucked in a closet somewhere, and they're like, "Is he gone? I don't know. Don't leave yet." And then they had like some sort of sexual encounter in a closet.
I yeah, there's
Some very
chilling in the living room.
some very negative first sexual experiences happening in that house right now. That's just a bunch. So just two people who have absolutely no idea what they're doing, smashing bods.
Yeah.
Oh man, well that's a riot. Did
That's
you tell
pretty
your
good,
mom?
yeah. No. I don't know.
You're
I
not
don't
gonna
really know
rat
how
on
I
him?
would bring that up. Yeah, I don't really want to rat on him, but I don't want to. I want to help some other guy get pussy. That's lame.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like, you have to coerce them. You go in there and make a Netflix original drama film where you're like, so what are we gonna do about this? 'Cause-
hmm
because it's like, well, you're not supposed to be doing. You know that this is wrong, and I know that this is wrong, and two wrongs don't make a right. So how are we gonna make this right?
hmm
And well, it's like she's my girlfriend. I don't want her. David has sent me $20.
Oh no. Well,
That's
you
a
brought this
legally
on
binding
yourself.
contract.
Yeah.
Anyway, well that is some great goss right there. That's some hot goss.
And then I was trying to look really cool splitting the wood because I was like, maybe she has like a sister in college. And I'll look really cool doing this. I'll like fucking be like, I'm carrying this thing.
Why does it look like
She
it's so
definitely wasn't
difficult for him to
watching.
carry those logs?
Why is he straining himself? His veins are bulging out of his temple.
It's
I'm so weak. I haven't been eating for a month. I'm like so fucking weak, dude. I can't fucking lift anything. I get winded instantly. My arms, all the weight leaves my arms and legs immediately. My entire center looks exactly the same. I still have the love handles. My arms are so skinny. They're like straining to lift a single tiny little log.
Should we call 911? This guy looks like he's about to fucking pass out. No, you can't because they'll know that wewe're both here. Here, why don't you sneak out the back?
She takes his dick out of her mouth and she is like, oh yeah, he does look like he's having a hard time.
It's like let's just leave and pretend we didn't see anything, okay? We were never here. And then you die, and then they have this sort of
I fall backwards and the log crushes me.
yeah. And then they're now that's a Netflix original crime drama right there. Where
Yep.
you have it's even better if you try to proposition them, and then you die.
Yeah,
And
just
then
do
you're
something
like-
really incriminating and then get myself killed.
Yeah. It's like you take a break to smoke crack.
Yep.
And then you die, and it's like but the police will think that we gave them the crack, and then any excuse to not call the ambulance for you, basically.
Exactly.
That's good stuff. Well, I'm glad that you didn't die of a log crushing you,
Thanks.
and I'm glad that some young man is getting dome in your mom's house.
It's a
must
nice
be good.
house to get sucked off in. Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna go refresh my beverage before we get inverted here. I'm gonna get
Okay.
twisted before we get inverted.
That's good. That's right. Well, David, what's a good K drama? What should we give him? We should make him watch something really gay. Are there any soft cores where you see where two dudes fuck? You don't have to see it go in, but is there I just want him to have to watch something where like 80% or like 20% of it is like dudes dry humping.
That's our podcast.
That's true.
My cat is really holding the torch. He thinks he's going to be able to go outside. He's really convinced.
I just Googled K-dramas, and the names of these things are so fucking funny. They're always just like one or two English words with no punctuation over like a crazy. Okay, there's one that's just
Let's pick one.
It's a dude looking really like dramatically at the camera, and there's like all these like Black Mirror like distortions around his face, and the title is "Why Her" in like Arial font. There's one called Big Mouth, 2 words.
Oh my god, I got a good one right here.
This Second Husband.
I like this one.
Save
the
me.
The real has come.
That's how you know that I'm some of the real. All of us are dead.
Revenge of others.
Vincenzo.
Vincenzo. This one's just kind of straightforward. The youngest son of a conglomerate.
Oh my god! Is that just their name for inheritance, or what's it called?
I don't know.
Not inheritance. What the fuck is that show?
The Tale of Nine-Tailed.
Great.
Yeah,
Succession. That's what I meant to say. A Shoulder to Cry On. The Sweet Romantic Guest House.
That year
Class.
I didn't talk about
Class of Lies, and it's just like all the same actors, but like now they're in school uniforms in a classroom. It looks like all the same actors, just always dressed up in different. It's like the ending of 22 Jump Street, where it has all the posters of them in different situations.
How come nobody's told me that there's a television show called Dr. Brain?
David goes, not a fan of Vincenzo. Oh fuck. Dark Hole.
It's like, this guy needs head stat. Get Dr. Brain in here immediately.
Yeah, the nemesis of Dr. Stone.
Speaking of crappy television for women, I've only seen a few episodes of this, but I feel like I could probably talk about this show. It's called Dated and Related. Dated and Related. It is a dating television program where the gimmick of this one is that the contestants are sibling or cousin duos that come onto the show. And they're like, they have to wingman for their relative, basically. So like there's like a lot of sequences where...
Okay, they're not dating each other.
No.
Then why is it called... That's not... The title is misleading.
It's really a stretch anyway, but I guess it rhymes. But
the main character pretends to be gay to get with a girl. Nice.
That's actually my life.
That's a tough one to pull off, but yeah, if you can... You'd be gay for that pussy.
That's the first 5 years of being in porn. So Dated and Related. It's again, like it's pairs of relatives that come onto the show. There's these 2 horrible monstrosity women that are basically like if you took Gal Gadot and bimbified her. So she has like horrible fake. They both have horrible fake like big lips and like bolt-ons.
Yeah, it's popular now.
And they immediately pair off with these 2 dudes who are brothers, and they're like, it's so convenient that we're sisters and you guys are brothers, and it's great. And it just instantaneously undercuts all of the drama because like the guys are like, no, I like this girl, I'm into her, she's cool. And no matter how hard anybody tries, they can't break through that relationship. So it really fucks everything. Because
what's the conflict supposed to be here? What do you like? Is there supposed to be some kind of like thing to get over? Like, what would be the problem? It's just people dating.
Well, because the other girls are like, I want to get with this guy. I want to get with one of these two guys. They're really hot and they seem cool, and I want to give it a shot. And then every time a girl comes onto them, he's like, "Oh, I'm taken. I'm really pretty serious about what I've got with this girl."
Oh,
and
they
they just have these four.
girlfriends. Okay.
Those are the girlfriend. They linked up with the bimbos. They linked up with the bimbo girls. And so it's just there's four people on this reality show that are taken, and they won't kick them off. So it's like you just have this square that everybody likes them, and they don't like anybody else. So it all just centers around these four people that won't do anything. It's very disappointing. It's not anything like is it the MILF Manor? What's the?
I've seen a little bit of MILF Manor.
Is that's the real one or is that the fake one? Because there was also MILF Island was the fake one from I think like 30 Rock or something. You've seen? Tell me about MILF Manor.
MILF Manor is they bring all these old probably some money from divorce, dead husband hoes who are just like plastic surgery to shit and like trashy bimbo ladies out of this resort or whatever, and then they're told it's a dating show. Who knows how much they actually know, but it's like supposedly it's a dating show. Then in the first episode they reveal the male contestants, and twist, it's all of their sons. So all of their sons are trying to fuck all these other old women, but also their mom is there, I guess.
Now is all of these guys are like, I'm here for Old Strange?
Yes, they're all into old pussy.
Okay. Well, that makes sense at least.
But also they have to do a lot of games where like they learn embarrassing things about their mom and how much fucking dick she sucked.
How many guys she's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. That sounds really boring.
Yes, because, it's not great.
Because they what they really should do is that they should blindfold the women and then line up all the dudes, and then they have to go through the line and suck each dick to figure out which one is their son.
They almost did that. They did one where they did that, except they were feeling like they were just touching them all over, but clothed. But
I don't like any. This is horrible.
They were like feeling them just to see which one was their son.
I don't like that at all. That's awful. don't ever speak of this again.
But it's like, I don't know. It's like they're all such like reality show trash that it's not even really. Like,
that's the thing.
They'll do anything. I mean, they literally would fuck their own son to be famous. So it's not like having them like touch his abs is like woo,
Well, the thing is that it goes both ways too, where it's like you've got a bunch of old, disgusting trash women, and then a bunch of young dudes who are like they want to be like TikTok stars or whatever. Yeah. So they're like, I'll do whatever it takes. Yeah. No, it's the best reality TV is people that don't want to be on reality TV, and that's like that's kind of the appeal of Daisy of Love, is that every person on that show had absolutely no interest in engaging with the reality television part of the show and just wanted to get wasted.
Yeah, or they were like sick of being on reality TV, like 12 Pack,
Yes.
where he was just like, what? But so then like they had to be like creative with the editing and stuff and have fun with it. It forced them to like go outside the box. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's nothing will ever touch that again.
That was a hell of an experience. Yeah.
Yeah, the closest thing I think of Daisy of Love is that I watched the first 30 seconds of Rock of Love, where
that's probably pretty good too.
Where a third of the women get cut immediately. I've talked about this before. I've talked about this before, but wait, is that Bret Michaels?
Yeah.
So Bret Michaels comes out and he's super earnest. He's like, oh my God, you guys are all so beautiful. We're just gonna have the most amazing time. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. And he walks away, and then his tour manager comes through and just cuts a third of the women immediately without having them any one-on-one time with Bret Michaels at all. It's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. Because then they go to their interviews. It's like their bags are thrown out onto the curb.
Oh my God.
Oh damn, that's good. Yeah. Nice. Fish tank's done.
Yep. Yep, that ended.
How did you feel about the resolution of Fish Tank? I didn't watch much of any of it live, but I followed like the subreddit a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't catch that much like after the first week. I'm waiting for like the highlights because it was too much to try and keep up with all that. Oh fuck, that's what I didn't talk about. I mentioned this on Twitter, but I didn't explain like how this happened. The fucking the normal white guy they had on there. His name was Vance. His name is Vance. And at one point in the show, they started bringing on like doppelgangers. So they brought in another guy who looked like him, and they called him Lance, and they had him like go around copying him and shit. And then they had like Letty, and they brought in a girl that they called like Betty or something. It was very funny. But anyways, Vance is like on Twitter now that he's out of the house, and Twitter's like recommending him to me, and I see that his Twitter handle is #BuckVance, and I go, that has to be a coincidence. And it turns out it's fucking not. I've been subscribed to his 1,200 subscriber YouTube channel for the last 8 years. You probably don't remember, but do you remember Triple Buck Empire?
No.
Do you remember the video where it was like a 12-year-old kid and he was like, yo, what's up, it's Nathan? And you're watching Heck Yeah. And he's running around with a skateboard?
Yes, I do remember that.
That's fucking him. Or no, the kid isn't him, but the one filming, the one who had that channel with that kid, that's him.
Oh, funny.
And I had no idea until I saw his Twitter handle.
That is a wild coincidence.
I mean, that was such an obscure channel. Like, I've been subscribed to that forever. It's like a bunch of teenagers fucking around. And it turns out it was him. That was crazy to find out. So, yeah.
That is quite bizarre. Yeah, I've just been on a Luo dong hole. I have a hole in my body that can only be filled by dong.
He's still making a lot of content.
I don't think he knows that he is, but yes.
Yeah, this is the like crazy, like maybe schizophrenic Chinese guy that Ethan follows on Facebook who massages random women in public and films it and runs some kind of mystic abracadabra Chinese medicine thing out of his apartment or whatever.
Well, the Luo Dong, the hole just goes so deep. Like you could just get lost in it forever.
A lot of lore. Yeah.
He's massaged. I mean, at this point, what must be 5,000 people?
Yeah. Is there? I mean, there's not. Are there people documenting Luo Dong? Like, is he a like what they call a lol cow? Are there people on Kiwi farms like keeping track of everything he's done for the last 10 years? Because you have to. If there's not, you have to be the one who. You have to be his record keeper.
Oh God, I haven't even shown you the video.
People have to remember
him healing President Donald Trump. He had one. There was a video that got taken down. So the only people in the entire world that care about Luo Dong are people on the quote unquote Woo ASMR Reddit page. It's like a Reddit board for they like specifically like mysticism.
Oh,
and
like
shit.
Yeah, Woo. Okay, got it.
And he's one of their icons, and people have archived basically.
Like, unironically, they like him. Like they don't.
They have the same interest in him that I do. It seems.
Oh, okay. So they recognize that he's a nutcase.
Yeah. They just find him fascinating in the way that I do. And I'll see if I can find the Donald Trump video. But there's a couple recently that are really, really fucking just cracking me up. Like the one that I just sent you, which you should probably bring up in the chat here or on the video, is it's nuts. Hold on, I'll see if I can find the Donald Trump.
I want to look at the subreddits, like the post titles of him. Luo Dong nails those tingles as he treats a puncture wound by massaging PC monitor. Luo Dong bends over backwards to treat severe scoliosis. Found, Luo Dong demonstrates remote healing on Donald Trump, massages PC monitor.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah. Found! Exclamation point, all caps. That's the kind of energy we're dealing with here.
Okay, so the one you sent me.
After getting deleted, this video was considered lost for over a year. However, I finally managed to rediscover it, and I downloaded it when I had the chance, and uploaded it here directly for you guys.
So this is him. I should be rested and often massaged to let tears flow.
Yes. Oh. You can just skip into the point where he's got 5 screens up or 3 screens up.
He
with
needs to have it on
image.
Lots of monitors. Yeah, it looks like Shoe Nice's eyes. He can't pinch his screen properly.
he's an outsider artist. Like he's just crafting
All
some of the
all
most bizarre
schizos are
images.
natural outsider artists. Yeah, for sure.
It's like why aren't there any murals for Luo Dong? How come they don't have like billboards with his face on it? It's like Luo loves you or anything like that. There's another one that I was really liking recently. Let's see if I can find it. Feet on nails.
Okay, so this Trump video, what's he doing here?
God, he's still trying to get that image right.
Let me see.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, you'd think if you could telepathically like heal someone, you wouldn't need a monitor even. Maybe he needs his image. Ethan, do you want a fucking damn good drama or one that's schlocky? David asks.
Oh, I did my stream. My feed isn't updating.
Yeah, YouTube's weird with the chat. You probably want. Give
me the best one. Why would I want to go into anything? I want to get the medium from a connoisseur's perspective. I want to see.
I mean, I would want like something that's very good, but still has enough of a culture shock, like enough weirdness for you to like latch on to and talk about, like the K-drama equivalent of like a Code Geass, where it's like very good but still has a lot of crazy shit going on. You know.
Give me the most K-drama. There was another one that was. Well, like, this thumbnail is something else. Let's see if this loads.
I like how even on the monitor he manages to grope a woman.
Look at this thumbnail.
His eyes are, man. He doesn't have one eye on the titties, one eye on the streets. He has like both eyes on two different streets. Completely different streets.
Several blocks away. He's looking.
Yeah.
He's in
looking
Brooklyn,
at,
but he's looking over
at
at the Bronx.
Broadway. He's looking at fucking the Washington Bridge. He's looking at everything.
There was one Luo Dong related thing I wanted to look at, and I lost it unfortunately. So
that's okay.
I think we got it's the bi-yearly Luo Dong check-in. We have to every 6 months come in and see what he's doing, make sure he's alive.
He'll live forever.
Really
dude. He's got the chi in him.
I don't know. He just had a tracheotomy, so like I'm a little.
Well, there you go. Problem solved. Whatever problem he had, it's fixed now.
I'm gonna message him on Facebook right now. I'm gonna see if he can teach me to.
Have you messaged him before?
No. Let's see. Luo Dong. I'm friends with him, so.
Good
Luo
start.
Dong. Okay. Here we go. Mr. Luo.
It's not his name.
Mr. Dong. I would love. I've recently learned of your throat problems.
Neck problems. Say neck problems.
Of your
get the body part
ongoing
wrong.
throat issues, and I'd love to help you with remote chi healing.
He's just
But I don't know
taste
how.
of his own medicine.
Would you be able to instruct me?
Boys Over Flowers is probably the epitome of K-dramas.
Would you be able to instruct me on how to send healing energy across the internet?
Boys Over Flowers, starring
So
Kim June.
Wait, are we at war with that guy?
And Kim Bum. This is not a real country, dude.
Luo Dong. It's like Mr. Dong. I've outgrown it. Also, would you be able to introduce me to Kim Bum? All right. be able to aid in your healing process. Okay. Mr. Dong, I've recently learned of your ongoing throat issues. I'd love to help you with remote chi healing, but I don't know how. Would you be able to instruct me on how to send healing energy across the internet so that I might be able to aid in your healing process? Thanks, and have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day, everyone.
It's the Craftsman.
All the guys are hot as fuck, and they're all like mega millionaire bullies in love with the dumb, poor main girl. That does sound K-drama-y.
I'm ready. Dude, I'm gonna watch that shit. It's gonna be awesome.
That does sound pretty good.
So I messaged Luo Dong after having been friends with him for 10 years.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes. I hope he lets me help him in his healing.
I want to put my moon in Kim's bum.
I'm glad that we've managed to fill this out, because really I think we've set a precedent at this point that every episode has to be 3 fucking hours long, and Pătăma Inverted is simply not 3 hours worth of material. At least I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, we traveled all the way back to 2013. We're doing a lot of our 10 and 20 year retrospectives this year for some reason. It's not really an anniversary or anything, but we were like, hey, what was going on 10 and also 20 years ago? So went back to 2013 and watched a movie. This one's Pătăma Inverted. Studio Rika, who more recently they did a show called Sing a Little Harmony. We probably watched that a couple years ago. I don't know, not much else that's super notable. Written and directed by a guy named Yasuhiro Yoshiura.
Indeed.
Who I think is affiliated with what's his face? The the Fractal guy. But he directed Time of Eve, Eve no Jikon, that movie. 2010. And I don't know, since then did that reboot of Pat Labor, Dragon Dentist, whatever that is.
Well, he's also a digital video supervisor on Wake Up Girls movie. So
that's what made me think. Yeah, that's what made me think he is. He knows Yamakan. And you know what? Watching this, I definitely picked up. I picked up a very Yamakan vibe.
Sure.
It has a very similar, like, trying to be Ghibli feeling about it.
Well, it's also the most basic morality tale
yes,
you could possibly ever in your life encounter and engage with.
Yeah, if you told me like this is Yamakan trying to save anime, and it's just like it's like a storyboard. It's like the most basic ass thing.
What if being mean to people was bad? Could you imagine what it would be like if it was a world where it was bad to be mean? That would be crazy.
When we start out with the premise, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a, this movie's like, it's like a black guy. Like, what if a bitch was upside down? What about that?
Yes.
But it is like, okay, it's like, it's a very simple premise here. It's like it's a very silly concept. It's more of a GTA mod than a premise for a movie. It's what if what if gravity was opposite sometimes?
It's the biggest indie game of 2008. It's the hottest $15 game that you can get on the Xbox Live Marketplace.
Isn't that what Gravity Rush is?
I don't know about Gravity Rush, but it reminded me of VVVVV.
Right.
It's like what if we have to figure out the mechanics of navigating this world where one of your characters can only interact on this one surface and the other character can interact on the other surface. You know, it's like, which is not to dismiss the idea. It is in fact entertaining. It's fun to consider, and it's fun to watch unfold. But go on, please.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the thing is like, it has this premise that's very like hokey and kind of gimmicky, but you can work with that. Movies have had dumber foundations,
Certainly.
but I don't really think it makes much use of it in the end. So it's about a bunch of this. It also kind of starts out. It kind of has the Akira opening, for keeping in the tradition of starting out your movie with like just some fucked up shit happening to a city in the first shot. But a city starts floating, and yeah, it's just a long time ago. Stuff went up, set it down. It was bad. I thought that some of the backgrounds and environments looked like Studio Kara did them.
Yeah.
Would have been around the right time. I didn't check the credits.
He did work on he did have some level of involvement with Evangelion 2.0. He was quote unquote in design works for Evangelion 2.0. So make of that what you will.
Oh, okay. Wait, now why isn't this movie in the credits for Studio Rika? That's weird. Maybe they're just missing that. How did I get to? Oh, so yeah, they're all underground. Main girl is Patema. She likes exploring, and in my notes I have her first line of dialogue. I was like, "Ooh, is that some kind of Hanazawa?" And then my next note is no. First line, she kind of sounded like a little bit. But they live in their sort of metro tunnel system, and they have the danger zone, which they're not supposed to go to. And this is where
Naturally.
this movie has a lot of stuff that is just like kind of like taken from other movies, but like very, very loosely, like the logic in it. Like there's the danger zone which you can go to, but there's really no penalties or discipline or consequences for doing so. Like you can just be a kid wandering into this very dangerous place, and really just kind of you'll get yelled at a little, and that's it. But nothing else really happens.
Well, it's the whole movie is it's like in extremes, where it's like, okay, the consequences are zilch until it's time for somebody to have a gun pointed at them, and then it goes immediately back to the consequences being nothing, and then somebody gets a gun pointed at them again. It's like it's very up and down in that regard.
Yeah. So she has this old Mohawk guy who looks after her with this other young guy who's her age, and his name's Porta, and I think they call themselves deep folk, which is funny because it sounds like a really obnoxious music genre, where it's like, whoa, it's like very atmospheric. It's like metal, but it's like country instruments. It's like it's like listening to it, you feel like really woods pilled, camping pilled, cozy town.
Hashtag vague smell of campfire core, and it's actually what's going on outside your home right now.
Honestly, yeah. To be fair, I should be blasting like folk metal, like black folk metal outside right now.
You should straight up just be listening to like stoner doom.
I should be killing.
You should be listening to sleep. Yeah, well, that'll come eventually once people start trying to come to your door. They'd be like, actually, sir, it's Amazon. I have your package here. Get them.
I need to open the door with a gas mask on. Yeah, I hope this actually continues, because this is a good opportunity to like do some good LARPing and listen to some very drony, scary music. So they're underground. It has a like this is what I'm talking about with the Ghibli look. She has all these very like slightly tribal like accoutrements on her,
Yeah, her hair's got a little braid with like a
she's got little rope tied like jewelry with jewels.
What if you were a culture that was underground for a while? Well, I guess you'd just become like a tribe. It would just
yeah, it's just the time machine people. And there was a part where she starts talking to like her mentor guy, and I was like, this guy is so dead. Like they even upped the bloom while she's talking to him, and they started playing sad music, and then I realized it was obviously supposed to be a flashback, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking retarded. He's already dead. I thought it was just like death flags. I must have glanced away from the screen for a second when they indicated that it was a flashback. And now when we get to the by far the worst part of this movie is the antagonist, who for the first act is just kind of menacingly smiling in his control room, in his villainous control room, and he's like looking at a screen that has like plans, but the plans are represented by like a street sign, like human silhouette figure, but it's just upside down, and he's like doing the Mr. Burns hands, like looking at it like and it's like, oh my god, dude.
I mean he's like he doesn't even have enough depth to be the villain in a Pokemon movie.
No,
it's like,
this feels more like a kids movie than Mirai. Remember when we watched Mirai?
Oh my god! I mean, not even. It's like I've never seen a movie that is so juvenile, where there's so many guns pointed at people with like the implication that somebody's going to be shot and murdered. There's
very few. There's only 2 scenes with guns in this movie.
But then also a guy falls out of a blimp to his death.
Yeah.
It's like
falls like 20 feet.
Yeah. He's like, oh god, get me to the hospital. I'm a little fucked up, but it's it doesn't. It feels like and this is why it makes me feel like it's like an indie game for the Xbox in 2008, where it's like there's just enough narrative to where they get to do fun stuff with flipping the world upside down a bunch, and it's like it's just not an hour. It's not an hour 40.
And that's part of what I was getting at with like the concept. You could. There's a lot of opportunity for world building here, and so you're like, okay, what's going on with, these people? There was this inversion event a long time ago, but they're normal. Like, what are they doing? And they just reinvented. They just made it racism, basically. Like, it's just they're just racist against the upside down people. That's it. and they go the people on the on the over. In the overworld, they just go to school all day and learn about how bad up is. Like that's the intellectual level we're working on here. Is they learn how bad the sky is all day. That's the premise. That's this world. That's what's happening here.
Well, it's also there's only one guy. There is the Führer. And then
he's personally involved in everything. He doesn't he's always showing up places in his limo.
His his underlings are immediately like, fuck this. The second that push comes to shove, they're immediately like, never mind. Like you have one guy who's like the head, like he's like a general or like some sort of
I call him Bowl Cut.
He's immediately like, hey, killing people is bad, and then everybody else is like, we're gonna stop killing people now. Like couldn't even give more for the childhood friend character to do. They're just parts in this movie where characters are just jettisoned for like 40 or 50 minutes at a time. I mean, the main character is gone for like half an hour. It's like,
he's just there to team up with. Yeah, it's like I don't know how. Like it wasn't boring, but like I don't know how so little happened in 90 minutes. Where it's like it somehow does like 3 plot beats, and that's it.
Well, like. They end up they share a very cinematic kiss at one point where they go to the upside down world, but like beyond, and they share an upside down Spider-Man kiss there. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, nothing's happened. Why are these people kissing? They met each other maybe 24 hours ago, and they're already here. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
kind of
like 14.
Weird.
Give them a break.
Yeah,
I mean, at my mom's house.
Upside down bitch for sure. Trying to get it in. I'm trying to figure out the mechanics of how I'm going to get it in.
Yeah, like you wouldn't fall for an upside down bitch instantly.
Yeah, it's like a Montague and Capulet situation where they're like, oh, different worlds. We're not supposed to be together.
2 star-crossed lovers who can only 69. They
Oh
can never
no.
be together.
You
Yeah, this
have to
movie
eat
is
pussy.
this. He spends most of this movie like hugging her tummy with like his face pressed against it. This movie's for tummy lovers. I will say that is a positive thing about it.
I'm not. I wish there was more piss, not for me, but for the piss lovers out there. But we'll take what we can get. There are some tummy loving boys out there who are very happy with what's going on. They're like, oh, bury that face in that shit. Um, yeah, that's my favorite sequences in the movie. By the way, is that it's such a ridiculous image of like them flying through the air together.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's an awkward like way to make that scene where like that you have the scene where it's like, whoa, I can fly, where like suddenly she's opened up or they've opened up each other's horizons, but it's just them like clinging to each other and like kind of hopping really high. It's a weirdly contrived way of getting there.
it's like it's the thing where like if the studio that made Journey made this movie as a video game, it would be like this guy and I, we never spoke a single word together, but we were jumping through the air, and we were like figuring out the mechanics of like how we could use our opposing gravities to fly, and it was the most liberating experience of my life. You know what I'm talking about? This is like
Sure.
it's so. I want to play this game for 5 minutes. I want to spend $1 for this game on the Steam Summer Sale and play it for 5 minutes. I don't want to watch it as an hour and 40-minute long movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just not really like much happening. There's not much characterization. There's not much like drama. The villain is the most like obvious clear-cut monster man. He doesn't have a motivation. Like he doesn't have
the whole world operates on like the least convincing religion that they've made where it's one of those worlds where like the entire culture is just like, don't go anywhere because being curious is bad or whatever, and like that's all there is going on.
You can't even do the screenwriting 101 thing and make a like you can't even give your villain like a motivation at all. The only thing that people have talked about from those Marvel movies over the last 5 years, 10 years, is that they gave the big purple man a motivation. And they were like,
I'm very impressed by that. Yeah.
Holy,
He had a wife
fuck?
or something. Yeah. Great.
What if there was a reason why bad people did things? It's like, oh my god. Holy fuck. The top 10 villains of movie history. Number 1, Thanos. He had a bad thing happen to him and informed his personality. And they couldn't
but don't
even
worry,
do
he's
that
not
to
racist. Not in a racist way. He just killed everybody. It's fine. And that's the only reason they were able to be like, oh, I get it. Okay.
I did see the new Spider-Man animated movie,
and
it was fucking awesome. It was so good. The first one was great too. They did a dark middle chapter. I had no fucking clue. I knew nothing about it. I wasn't even planning on seeing it, but Chase wanted to see it for his birthday, so we fucking went and saw it. And I was blown away. And also, I never in a million years would have thought that they would leave this 2-hour-long children's movie on a cliffhanger.
I heard it ended in a pretty wild way. Yeah,
it does end in a wild way, and I was floored. I was like, this is the most bold, interesting thing that I've seen come out of Disney in fucking maybe in my entire adult life. It was sick. It's like an Empire Strikes Back moment where you're like, no fucking way is this where they're leaving this bullshit at. Which I guess is like it's contrived, but at the same time worked perfectly. Holy shit. I didn't have everything wrapped up in a neat little bow. What were we talking about? We were talking about
what's this one called? Something the Spider-Verse?
Across the Spider-Verse?
Across the Spider-Verse. Is there any way the third one isn't called Beyond the Spider-Verse?
I would have to guess that's probably going to be the case. This movie just the Across the Spider-Verse has a 30-minute cold open. It's a 30. It's
Is there a late title card?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
nice.
it's like a 30-minute cold open with you don't even see the Miles Morales Spider-Man until like 25 minutes into the movie.
Oh my
It's
god.
crazy. It's like it's about it was I was like, holy shit, this is rad. It was, again, bold. Just like they just made all the cool decisions that they could make. Where they're and I was really impressed. Not like Patina Inverted, which managed to do absolutely nothing in an hour and 40 minutes. Like
Yeah, like I
you
was
could
saying about the premise, like, it's hokey, but you could do something with it, either like directorially or conceptually, and like mostly, and this is the type of thing I think you would probably try to avoid in favor of like more nuanced stuff. But like, it basically amounts to a few lines about like, you know, like, you're inverted. No, you're inverted. And then at the end, he gives a speech about how he sees things from her perspective or something. But the movie doesn't really have like a theme of seeing things from other people's perspective, because there's barely any like stuff that happens.
how
And
did they
also,
manage to make this?
I wanted them to
Go
do
ahead.
more like tricks with the camera. Like I wanted, obviously, because she spends most of the movie, in regular world, but for her, she's like dangling, over like an infinite fall into nothingness. So it's very scary to her. And they switch the camera up a few times, but it's few and far between. And also, like, they literally rotate the camera so that you as the audience know where you are now. But I want it to be way more discombobulating and just like constantly
Oh yeah.
flipping, but so that you get each character's perspective, and just to confuse the audience more so that you get the sense of like disorientation. But it doesn't really want to do that. It wants to kind of keep it simple.
Yeah, well, that would be too interesting. One of the most recent um, Mission Impossible movie has an absolutely ball-numbing IMAX sequence where they have goddamn Tom Cruise at the end of a wire dangling underneath the helicopter. And to convey the vertigo, they have the camera doing like a rotation as it pushes in on him dangling from this fucking helicopter. And it's one of the most balls to the wall, incredible spectacle sequences I've seen in a movie in a long time. I was blown away by it. And like it's like they do a couple of those in this movie, and it's like, yeah, you really could leverage it more. Why? How is this an hour for? Again, I've asked this a bunch, but like, it should be like an hour 20, and even then, you can get the stuff in there. Like, you can get like a villain motivation in an hour 20 movie. Like what? Like anything? Like nothing. I don't recall even a single second of them talking about like what he has going on. Like, why is he
Oh
so
no, the villains, nothing. No.
just like you couldn't even like the Pokemon the movie 2000. Pokemon the movie 2000. There's a the villain in that is a Pokemon collector, and his motivation was that he it all started for him from a single Pokemon card that he got when he was a kid, and then
Wait, they
he
have
had
cards in the Pokemon universe? They have Pokemon
it's
cards?
one of it's I believe it's a Mew card, the one that you got as you got for going to the movie. You got a pack that had that Mew card in it with like a fake ancient script on it. And his collection started with that, where it's like, okay, he has an obsession that has like a motivation started when he was a kid, and he's lived his entire life with the idea of collecting the rarest Pokemon. That's his motivation. This guy just hates upside down people. Like, it's just
Yeah. Well, he also just wants to be in charge. And that's it, really.
why? Maybe his power is tenuous. Maybe you give him like the only reason he's able to maintain power is his fear. And if everybody's not afraid of the upside down people no mo, then he doesn't have the power that he loves to wield. Maybe he's insecure.
Yeah, this is
Maybe
like an equilibrium level of dystopia world building. Like the main character literally takes a fucking conveyor belt to school. And oh, you know what I hate is I hate like like panning over like a montage of brutalist industrial society, and they're playing like tribal music, like bongos. That's the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
middle
yeah, yeah,
brow
yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
mid-witted shit I've ever seen. God damn it, I hate that so much. It's so lame.
It's like they don't have, obviously in Akira, it's the soundtrack for that is fucking iconic,
Yeah.
and like and they're doing like the dollar store version equivalent of that, where
Yeah.
it's like they have a mini bongo drum going, and I don't even know if there's chanting at all.
No.
uh and it's like, yeah, yeah, in this, all of this sounds like I hated this movie, and I swear to God I didn't, because I didn't have it in me to hate it. There's just no, like,
You couldn't even elicit that much passion from you.
I couldn't rev it up. I couldn't rev up the hatred. I couldn't even, like,
Hmm.
I, at the very least, I got to the end of the movie. I'm like, I like the part where they're both upside down.
They're not both upside down.
I like the part where they're upside down and flying around. That's fun.
Oh,
It's
I see
funny
that
when
part.
it's fun where they're flying around. I like it that it's like when they're doing anything that leverages that. I thought they were going to do more. The best sequence in the movie is when the two boys stage a break into that big tower. That's the best sequence in the movie, where they're working together and they're thinking on the spot, and like kind of working with this sort of mechanic that they've
Kind of. That's
developed.
another thing that makes no fucking sense, though. Is like there's no security on the main government HQ. They can just float in there. They have a giant hole going into the earth, and they just have no one watching it. You
There
know,
is security. There's just only a couple of guys on this one floor, and then they manage to
they
fly right by him.
only have a couple hell-gassed. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
couple
bad
fascist
soldiers
guys.
are hell-gassed here. Um. Oh, what
It
was I gonna
doesn't
say?
even it doesn't even like look awesome in the way that you want like an anime movie to look.
Yeah, no, it
Where
looks
like
pretty.
it's
Again, Ghibli, very basic, and she's dressed like a character from like a 200-hour long 1999 JRPG that cost $300 when it came out.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking Gargantia. I was thinking she looked like
Oh, a
one
little
of the
bit.
bitches from yeah, without like the sex spots
Yeah,
on
with
her,
that
like
all.
for yeah, yeah. It's just it's very milk toast, as it were. Where we picked this, or I picked this. We had a number of options, and I chose this because I was
Hmm.
like, oh, it's gonna be a movie. It's gonna, at least it'll look like really cool, and I think that the image of them, like the poster has the two of them clinging to each other, and I think that's a funny and kind of interesting image. And yeah, it's not the most stimulating that we've watched.
Yeah, I remember hearing a lot of talk about this. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why. And also, it's confusing. There's a twist towards the end where they float upwards, but then they end up in this big city with no one in it. And then that never gets explained, and they go back down, and then they go back through the earth, and then there's another city that also doesn't have anyone in it. And I don't
That's
know
my
how,
favorite part of the movie. That's what
and
I love. I love that they didn't explain it.
but I would get it if it was just the one city, but why are there two abandoned cities and one of them
They
is the opposite of where it should be? If you
they
go up
fucked the
high enough,
whole
does it
world
loop?
up.
Well, I know that.
Yeah,
Like
that
Hollow Earth? I
was
don't.
my thought, is that like they did in fact make a hollow Earth. They fucked it up, and somehow there's like two cores or something going on. I was fine with just like just as it was. I didn't put too much thought into it, but I'm like, that's neat. That's not what I
It
was
just doesn't
expecting.
seem like it's just a weird. It's like so. There's two regular worlds and two upside down worlds. I, you know why? Why? Yeah.
Okay, there's let's see. Fatima inverted map, not to scale. This is what somebody on Reddit has done. You can put this up on the stream if you so
Oh
desire.
yeah. Let me.
I sent you a link.
Oh, that's what they think is.
So there is a hollow Earth, and then there is also a
Wait, no, that can't
there's
be right.
also an external Earth.
No, this doesn't make any sense. Because wait, hold on. Oh, okay. I kind of get it. Okay, so there's still inverted and non-inverted people. Okay, so but they were on the outside. And then, all right, sure.
Yeah, man, they fucked their world up real bad.
It's yeah, it's not good. That's no good, buddy.
I don't know how they managed it, but they've done it.
They like flipped the center of gravity somehow. I don't know.
Shit, I gotta go fucking pee. When I get back, let's if you we'll wrap up Fatima Inverted, then we should figure out what show we're actually watching.
Okay. K drama, more like gay drama. I feel like there were clouds. Well, maybe there weren't. Oh yeah, no, there's clouds in the movie. How are those inside the Earth? Wait, so it's okay. So there's buildings. How'd they get? I still don't like it. I'm still confused, but that's fine. Fake sun. So then they fall down to the. Okay. Yeah, that was. I feel like that was more complicated than it needed to be. Especially for a movie that's like so simple otherwise. Oh yeah, there's also the part of the movie where so she has her like kind of big brother type figure who disappears, and then she finds out he was captured. He's a test tube boy now. They killed him. And then it turns out that
All right.
the main guy's dad and her buddy were best buds, and they have a best buds montage where they're
Completely,
like
completely unnecessary.
where they're like
Eh,
where like one's like pointing at like a whiteboard and the other one's like scratching his chin like and then they're like wearing welding masks together. It's so silly.
absolute motherfucking waste of my time right there. That was like the one part of the movie where I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, just who possibly do they even get her? Is it her? The fella, the older gentleman that was looking after her was that her dad?
I don't think they're related.
They didn't even get him back. He's still stuck in that fucking tower.
Her dad's dead.
Yeah, there's the fella who's stuck in the tube. He's in a test tube in the big pillar.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he was just her friend. Slash
Yeah, it
caretaker.
did. Yeah, just like way too much, like not even lore that helps inform the world. Just so many characters. There's just so many. Like they really jam a whole lot of very flat characters in this movie. There's the classmate girl of the main male protagonist who's like notices
Oh
him.
yeah, I
He's
remember
like,
her.
oh my God,
Remember her?
you're looking up at the sky. That's crazy.
Remember that
And
one
like
scene that she's in?
she's in two. She's in the
Oh,
scene in
really?
the classroom, and then she's at the very end
Oh, at
where
the
she's
very
like,
end where she's like, I don't think he's
kill
dead.
him. Yeah. And then right, yeah. So she does nothing.
Nope.
There is the elder guy who does nothing. There's the there's the dead dad who did something at one point in the movie. And it doesn't pay off. There's never a moment where it's like the kid's like, "Oh my God, he actually did it. He made it all the way up here. That's crazy." He doesn't have any dialogue about that. At least not from my recollection. Do you remember anything like that? Where it's like there'd be a sequence where he'd be like, They said my dad was nuts, but he proved them all wrong. You did it, Dad. Yeah. Anything like that?
I guess when they find the hot air balloon thing, that'd be the
But
closest that was.
yeah, they don't really go in like the instead they just kiss in it. Um,
Yeah.
what does the I guess there's the main there's you called him Bowl Cut. Bowl Cut's a character.
Yes.
Who's the character that gets the most development?
Probably like the main guy. What's his name?
Yeah, he's got like a chip on his shoulder because of his dad and he doesn't like but Fatima has nothing going on. She's just like an
She's
anime protagonist.
adventurous. Yeah.
Yeah, there's adventurous and outsider. And those are the two characters you got. And then
She's a
everybody
little
else
spunky. Yeah.
is a stock character. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Uh
I like
yeah,
I like the bad guys. Yeah, he busts out the gold Luger.
he
You ever get
does
so
have the
mad
gold
you
Luger.
bust out the gold Luger and hand it to another guy. That's what
And
I
shoot
was.
a
So I was
child.
like I because I knew like his dad didn't actually die. I knew they killed his dad. But I was like, if it turns out that the leader of the world personally shot his dad with a gun, I'm gonna. This movie sucks so bad. Turns out he was his right hand man, so it narrowly saved itself. But I was like, if it just does a flashback of the main baddie pulling out a gun and shooting his dad in the hot air balloon, I'm gonna be so
Cackling.
mad. Oh my god! It
Yeah.
almost does that, but not quite. I like their
Yeah.
silly net launcher that they have.
They are proficient with them shits too.
Yeah.
They have sniper like precision from those things. Good. There's of course a fake out where you have the childhood best friend character. Seems like he's gone and slipped into the void, but he gets saved. It's just not a movie. It's just not. It's just there's not a movie here. I
It's
don't
not
know how
quite
they
there.
I don't know how they managed to make a movie that's an hour 40 with no plot. It's
What
crazy.
happened to that city? It was abandoned. Where'd all the people go?
It's not even like like I hate the criticism of like there's no story. Like it's like that's not a criticism in and of itself. If a movie is
Yeah.
doing like other things, but in this case, it's like they're just not doing anything else. It's not like there's no intrigue, there's no drama. It's but why didn't I hate it?
It'd
This
be
is
like
the weird thing.
it's like biting into a big bun that's like hollow. It's like there's no I don't understand. It's like all plot, but like there's nothing
Where'd it
there's
go?
nothing there. Yeah, it's like wait, what?
Where'd the movie go? What? So why don't I hate this? What's wrong
Probably
with
like
me?
you were
Why
talking about,
don't
like it's so basic, like there's nothing to be like that angry about. It doesn't
Yeah.
offend your sensibilities because it's like just nothing there.
doesn't even engage with my sensibilities. It
Yeah.
doesn't even register to me as a movie. It doesn't. It feels like a really long short. You know.
Yeah, it feels like a dual length first episode of a show, except it
Yeah.
ends.
God. Well, that's a whiff.
And then towards
That's
the
just a
very
whiff.
end, the main character starts screaming in a way that made me realize that he's Accelerator. And I was like, oh, I don't even need to look that up. I can tell by the crackling in his voice as he screams that he's Accelerator.
We're gonna watch Battle Programmer Shirase, which
We
nobody's
are.
ever heard of. Uh,
You see some people talk about it every once in a while.
12-minute episodes, 15 episodes.
That's gonna be nice. That's a great
Yeah.
length, especially,
I'm
especially
cruising
for a
through
show
that.
that's like, just sort of silly, like nerd
Um,
culture focus, like low stakes. Just a nice 12-minute episode. It's good.
I want to cop all these fits. I can feel it right now. I'm gonna be like steal this
Yeah.
look, and it's just all dork like a otaku from the early 2000s, wardrobe.
Yeah,
Um,
just big button-up shirts and I don't know.
and what light wash blue jeans
Mm-hmm.
and white sneakers. I don't want to steal any of the looks from Pratima Inverted, unfortunately. I do want the gold Luger though. It's a hard look.
Gold Luger is sick.
Can't front. Can't front. Yeah, there's no front on that. That's a cool look. Fuck, man.
I hope no matter what happens to Trump, I hope on live TV he takes himself out with a gold lucre.
You know, they don't give these away.
No.
You have to.
That's
these
custom.
gold that was a gift. A beautiful gift. Most amazing gift that I got. Is there porn of this? Let's see. Let's give it a look. Fatima and Verdict, roll 34.
Yep, let's see.
Yeah, I'll send you the best ones. You can bring them up on the screen.
Yeah. I occasionally get this movie mixed up with the œposᴉd뾱 movie, Expelled from Paradise, which came out around the same time, I feel like, but I think they're probably very different.
I've got one of a...
I've no dojins.
We're striking out. I agree to these rules. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This looks great. This is great looking porn. This is awesome. Why don't you describe what we got going on here?
Okay. Why does this look so old? Why does this look like it's from 2001?
Well, why don't you help everybody understand what it looks like?
Well, I can't even really tell what the fuck is going. Oh, is this the floor of the flying machine? Yeah, because the notebook's there, and he's like holding her down. And like trying to get it in, but he can't really, I guess. Okay.
She's very wet.
Right. Cool. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find another one. Let's see if I can find another one.
Yeah, there's really not much art of this. Not even on Gilbaroo. There's like
a little
nothing.
Disappointing. No,
I'm really fine with that. No, you
No.
know.
Don't want to. I promised these people adult content. Agreed. Proceed to the website. Nope, that's not. None of that is. Oh, myfreecams.com. That's not getting me anywhere. And hentai. Well, if I have to, hate to have to do that, but no, there's no Fatima invert there. All right. Well, it looks like we're not gonna. Safe search is off. That's good. No shit. Even they really have a hard time making her naked. They do like images of her where she's being sexy.
I have a hard time getting the girl naked.
Am I the asshole?
Cora. Girl won't get naked. Am I the asshole?
I've been trying to get this girl naked for a while now.
Oh, I'm trying to pee in this girl's butt. just busting like a 12-year-old on the asshole. I'm trying to let this girl get me pee in her butt.
We've been going steady and holding hands for about 5 days now, and I'm trying to get her to follow me into the bathroom so I can get her naked and pee in her butt. I said that I would let her wear my jersey if she did this, and even during homecoming week she could wear my jersey. But she won't do it. Am I the asshole for saying that I'll kill myself? Am I the asshole for saying I'll kill myself if she doesn't get naked? That's all I got. I have nothing else. I made you describe the only pornographic image that exists online of these two characters.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
that was
explicit at least. Scumbag Steve. This episode's AI bot filter muscle cars, the 1970 Dodge Coronet. I can pronounce that.
Coronet?
I pronounced. What was the car? I've been beating myself up about. What was the car he gave us where I pronounced it so wrong, and I knew the name of the fucking car. I don't know how I said it wrong.
He'll send it.
I can't remember.
That is a beaut. You have a type. Scumbag Steve. I'll say this much. You definitely have a type. You like big, mean-looking muscle cars with very wide front ends. Just looking like a doorstop. Just a doorstop looking type car. Ooh, I like the puke green variant. That's a good one. Wow, that's a very vibrant color.
Let
Sublime
This is
green,
me.
1970 Dodge Coronet Super B 440 six-pack begs to be driven hard.
Ew. Was that, does it actually say that, or did you make that up?
Yes, yeah, it does.
Oh my god. What the fuck, car guys? Gross. Ew.
I can't even find images. I can't even find pornographic images of Patema inverted, but I can find this nearly pornographic fucking
Yeah.
description of this car. Oh, it begs to be driven hard. Gleaming white vinyl bucket seats.
Yeah.
It was the nose heavy Super B was treated to a mild freshening. Kat, will you please do me a favor and shut the fuck up?
Oh, it was the coup de ville. I said like coup de ville or something.
Pancho Villa.
Yeah.
Well, this is another mighty handsome car here. I gotta say, the double scoops is not necessarily like there's one that has let's see, hold on, just 1970 Dodge Coronet. So he doesn't specify a model beyond that. The one with the two
This
wider
is the official
scoops
car
looks
of Inugami Coronet.
the wider double scoops look to me to be a little like cross-eyed. The one where they're a little bit closer together, I'm more into. How is Coronet doing? How much do you think it would cost to get Coronet to be in an advertisement?
I don't know if she's doing commissions for ads right now.
Oh no! If I were to like contact her, does she have like a? Let's see.
I don't think her DMs are open.
No. I'm going to contact her agent.
I don't think they are open to request. I don't think their managers are not like public figures. I don't think you can just message them.
Coronet manager. Let's see, because I
I don't think it's
so what is the organization that she operates under?
Hololive,
Hololive. Okay.
which is
'Cause
a
they gotta
subsidiary
have some
of
sort of-
Cover Corporation.
Because they've got to have some sort of like solicitation thing where it's like, if we're going to throw enough
Probably
money
for, like,
at you.
companies. Yeah, I assume she's
that
still
would
just
be- it would
playing
be for
like
companies.
obscure like PS1 games for 12 hours at a time. She played Diablo 4 for 7 hours 2 days ago. Or no, for 12 straight hours. Or what? Oh, that's 2 days. Okay. Yeah, she still streams for a long ass time.
When do
Play
I
some
get
Street
my
Fighter.
audition? English talent.
Um,
They don't want guys.
No, they
Still.
just got done with the guys. It was probably going to be another year before they do more guys. They did a wave of guys last summer, and then they did more this past winter. So they'll probably wait
How are
another
they
year.
doing? How are they doing with the guys?
They don't get a ton of engagement. I think they make most of their money from like a very small amount of like crazed cougars who donate a shit ton of money to them.
Oh, I didn't even realize that Gaogura was under Hololive. Are they all under Hololive at this point? Did they
All
just
the
buy
ones
them
you
all?
know are probably under Hololive. No, they've always been under Hololive. But no, there's
Okay.
multiple agencies. Yeah, Gargura is either dying or had a child. I'm not
What?
sure
What
which.
happened?
She's just been very sparse for the last year.
Oh,
There's a lot of theories.
Is it-
People are worried.
she's just a little kid.
Yeah,
She's just a little shark girl.
I'm gonna be
I hope
doing.
she's
A,
okay.
I'm do. By the way, I'm doing a meet and greet with a VTuber this coming Sunday. We should workshop what I say to her.
What is the? Explain what this is. Send me a link. What?
I think
what?
I think I'm just gonna talk to her on Discord. I think or something.
Which VTuber?
The one that me and Truro have talked about, Leah. Ashalia Rinko. I signed up for it, and then the meet and greet was like a week ago. But I didn't realize. I think you have to be in their like company Discord, which I wasn't. I thought she was just gonna call me. So I was like, but then when I found that out, I was like actually kind of relieved. I was like, okay, now I have an excuse not to do this. But now she's doing a
Request-
makeup day. So I was like, okay,
Request to Minors is a page on Hololive. Huh. Yeah, I can't find like a advertising or like a solicitation collaboration.
we need to find a
perhaps.
smaller indie VTuber. We could get a ton of we could get ads. We can get like bumpers all day from like small it's 2 VTubers. There's a ton of those.
Oh, no, I found it. Yeah, no, I got it. It's
You found the
collaboration
business?
is what they call it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like they quote unquote, they call it quote unquote collaboration. But yeah,
Ah.
no, it's like sponsorship and stuff.
Okay.
This is a Japanese page that I have to train. Oh, no, they have an English version.
Yeah. They should.
Okay, cool. Winning new fans to maximize the effectiveness of promotions. Cover operates HoloLive Production, an agency which has produced many VTubers with a global presence. We are available for various collaborations and promotions featuring our VTuber performers. Our portfolio includes clients in a variety of industries, including game-related companies, major convenience stores, and food and beverage manufacturers.
Wow.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Number 1 Twitter trends worldwide. 8.6 billion views on YouTube. 800 million total media reach of advertising projects. I mean, here are their cases. Cases meaning previous jobs.
We could probably get some Niji Sanji collabs.
Oh, I'm not saying for this. I'm gonna pitch this to local businesses.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, yeah, it's like, you guys are interested in working with us on some advertising. Let's get Gaogura to promote your ramen shop.
yeah.
let's get Corne to talk about your used car dealership. That would be. Can you imagine how many hits a Corne used car dealership video would get? It'd be absolutely stupid.
They do some like ad stuff where they eat like cup ramen on a stream or something.
Why not? I'm gonna drop them a line. Let me see what they've got. Let's see how much does it cost. I want to see how much it costs for each member. I want a 30-second spot, and I will go around my area, which is very prominent, and I will go around and be like, I have lined up right now. I can guarantee you will get just absolutely ridiculous amount of views because nobody will believe that Corone didn't advertise. You'll sell every car that you've ever had.
I'm telling you, you could get Niji Sanji is funny as a studio because they like their English branch. They just get like trashy like Filipino chicks who talk like Zoomers, and they're just like, seriously, like low key, like that's fucking crazy. Like compared to like the HoloLive girl.
They got my fucking credit on lock. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, yeah, they sound like they should be in a used car commercial.
I'm not saying that I walked in with 0 credit, but I'm telling you, I walked out of there with perfect credit. Well, if you come to
is it like no money down, like for real?
And that every other place is bullshit. I go to all these other places, say no money down, and they want something from me. But I go to Bob's local automotive, and I go to Bob's local automotive and po' boy shop, and
like no cap, like their rides are like fire.
It's bussin'. It's bussin'. You drive out of there with a new car, and you get yourself a shrimp sandwich. That's the secret. That's low key. The best part of the whole damn thing is that
like high key, like low key, like these cars. They will get you a pair of keys for these cars.
So Mr. Bob Sanderson, this is a potential script that we worked up. High key, Bob's Auto Shop is bussin', and that's no bap. We're talking real OG status, best fucking deal I ever come across in my whole damn life. On God.
Yeah. So what do you, motherfucking damn.
Do we feel like we've got something here? You see.
Do you be feeling this?
See, kids aren't concerned about whether or not you feel it. They're worried about whether or not they feeling it.
Are the vibes like
you know what I mean?
On lock here?
The thing is about Kodak is that the vibes aren't on lock. And unless you can get the vibes on lock, it's never going to be bussin'. And if it's bussin', You don't even have a company. You don't even have a damn product. Tell me that's not. Now, I know it sounds brazy, but I don't know. I can't do it. Give me 5 minutes. I can come up with some Don Draper.
This ad is going to be high key, low key, for real, for real.
Don, how can it be both high key and low key? Don, I
Simple.
don't understand. I just don't get. It's simple. It doesn't matter. You just string the words together. You just string together enough words when you lightly deepen your voice and talk in a stern way, and you're effectively there. It's already a Don Draper impression. You just have to get the cadence down. I don't know.
It can be high key, low key. It can be literally figurative. Who cares?
It can be literally figurative for all I care. All that matters is that we have Coronet getting her titties out. That's the most important part of this whole project.
We have Coronet advertise the yellow rose, the red rose.
Red rum. I can keep going. So anyway, I'll see what their content. Let me look on LinkedIn. Let me see what's going on LinkedIn.
Captain Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Flat Stanley.
We haven't even
bada bing,
started
bada boom.
on Red. We haven't even started on Red Cum. That's a whole other can of worms. I don't even want to get into Red Cum right now. All right, Hollow Live on LinkedIn. I'm gonna send the identical. I'm going to send an identical message that I just sent to Luo Dong to Hollow Live.
Yeah, send Hollow Live a message about telepathic healing. We have been contacted by American Spirit Hira.
Bringing you the latest business news on... Oh, this is like an unofficial site not affiliated with Hollow Live. That's fucking bullshit.
You're never gonna
Welcome
get
to Hollow Live today. I can get to him. I just have to shake the right hands and grease the right palms.
Just send Coronet a $500 super chat and just send a bunch of schizophrenic English that she can't understand.
All right, let's go. Is she on right now?
I don't think she's live right now.
She's on YouTube. Is that her? She's a YouTube streamer, right?
Yeah, she is.
Coronet. Okay, I'll think about it. I wonder how much money I need to get her. It's like, hey, I am with a incredibly successful American advertising company.
She has a stream at 8 a.m. EST if you want to wait.
I'll be on a plane, unfortunately. Damn. So yeah, I won't be able to do that.
No internet on the plane? Come on.
No, we're not that successful.
We're
not that bussin'.
Can't afford $8 an hour. We're not. We need to get Coronet before we had that kind of money.
If we land Coronet, we'll be able to get Heinz. If we get Heinz, we can get American Airlines. And then
we have American Airlines. We can fly a plane to meet Coronet. Shit.
We put Coronet on the plane, and she's eating Heinz beans. And I think that we've got an ad. That's an advertisement. We're going to sell some beans.
Boom. Meeting over.
Together? You get that together. I think we're going to sell some Japanese women. Oh, man.
It's comfort beans. Baked beans.
I had nothing coming into this episode whatsoever. This is like the most boring my life has been in the longest time. I've just did meetings with boring people. I'm gonna name drop. The coolest thing that's happened to me in the last month is that I got to talk to a guy who's a minor character in the room. That's where my life is at. That's the most interesting thing going on for me is that I wasn't even aware. I didn't even know he was the guy. I didn't even know he was in the room. Because why would you? Because he's not
one of the guys. Yeah.
He's not Mark.
Nope.
He's not Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
No, none of them.
Or Tommy, whatever his name is.
I have to. To even say it, it's like, oh, which one is he? Mark? It's like, no, he's so and so. He's like, oh, is he the shopkeeper? No, he's not the shopkeeper. It's not the one. Not the one with the dog. I wish it was the one with the dog. You got anything else?
You're gonna be up here soon. We're gonna have a. Speaking of VTubers and VTuber tunes, we're gonna have an off collab. They call it. That's when you're collabing in real life.
When you're in your head, when you're flying out the city and you're in your head for a while.
Well, when you meet up and you're in the same room. I mean,
Yeah, that's early. That's about 1 month from now.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to be up there in the early part so we can catch the newest Fast movie before it
Catch
leaves
Fast,
theaters.
catch all those hot summer shows.
He's so excited. Come here. Why are you meowing? Why you got meowing all the time? I swear to God, I got the noisiest cat in the whole damn world.
He's got a throat on him.
Don't say that about my cat.
Sorry, I didn't mean for it to come out that way.
Was it part of the jumble that you said to that poor girl you accosted when the worst moment of that girl's life up until this point, where you come to the door, she's wiping her fucking mouth off because
if she had just been getting up some funny business, she was good at hiding it because she was like all smiles. She seemed very cheerful. Either he was doing a good job, or I don't know. That's just
he just said that he loves her and he thinks it's for real because he's in that afterglow.
It's for real, for real.
It's like,
baby girl.
No,
I think this might be for real, for real.
Everything's buzzing in here, sir. That's on God.
No cap.
Holy shit! I'm so out of touch.
Han Solo on the phone with the stormtroopers, like, no, everything's busted in here for real, no cap. How you be doing?
You should tweet that.
Yeah, I need to. Okay, yeah, when this goes out.
Yeah, you should tweet that. That's good. Oh my God.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
We're not topping that. Good night.
Yep. Good night. Send us an email with your questions or comments on at podcast@gangstalking.com. That's STOCKING.
I remembered I have a Twitter account recently, and that's Shakira but male.
Shakira but male.
And Battle Programmer Shirase. Next episode.
Yep. Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Shot down in May, but I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream, but I don't let it get me down, 'cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing: each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. I tell ya, I can't deny it. I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just ain't gonna buy it. And if I didn't think it's worth one try, I jump right on a big bird and I fly. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing: each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I just pick myself up